Okay, so let's unpack this. We're doing a deep dive today into the NAFYRE N11 Pro. You've probably seen it. It's that budget drone that's all over the internet, marketed heavily to beginners. Our mission for you is pretty simple. We're going to cut through all that advertising hype and see if the low price actually delivers on those, premium promises.
Exactly. And what's so interesting here is that this is more of a direct audit of what you could call spec inflation. We're not just reviewing a gadget. We're really analyzing the gap between what the marketing claims you can do and what the actual experience is like.
Okay, so let's start with the physical reality. The ads, they make it look like this sturdy, feature-packed piece of tech. But right out of the box, the first thing you notice is it just feels incredibly light.
And that extreme lightness, that's the first big trade-off. I mean, sure, it makes it easy to carry around, but it also directly translates to instability in the air.
Ah, so that's why it struggles.
Yeah, you see it the second it meets even a light wind. The drone just can't hold its position.
Yeah.
It doesn't have those reliable GPS systems you'd find in more expensive models. So, every flight is basically a constant battle of manual corrections.
And the marketing promises smooth flight, easy controls,
Here.
but that doesn't really line up with the reports we're seeing. People talk about delayed movements, difficulty holding a steady hover. What's the engineering reason behind that?
Well, it most likely comes down to the motor type. That delay and the lack of stability, it strongly suggests it's using less efficient brushed motors.
Instead of brushless, which is the standard now for anything serious?
Exactly. It's a choice that drastically cuts the cost,
Yeah.
but you just sacrifice all the precision you need for a stable shot.
But hold on, if the handling is so erratic, why are there thousands of four-star reviews online?
That's the real power of aspirational marketing.
Yeah.
That combined with low expectations. For a lot of first-time buyers, if it flies and it has a camera, they feel like they got their money's worth.
Right.
They're grading it on whether it's functional, not whether it's reliable. And that's the key distinction here.
So the physical handling is shaky. Does the camera at least make up for it? The specs they advertise are certainly attractive.
And that's often where the marketing is strongest. The camera is sold with all these professional-sounding specs. But the actual footage, the output, it's just bottlenecked by the processor and a really low bitrate.
So what you see isn't what you get.
Not at all. The footage looks closer to, say, basic HD quality. It really struggles with dynamic range, with contrast. The specs look great on paper, but the processor just can't keep up.
And here's where it really matters for you if you're trying to create content. It means that stabilization is almost non-existent, and low-light performance is, well, it's just very restricted compared to what the ads show you.
Yeah, the footage is fine for a quick disposable social media post, maybe.
But for anything serious,
It would get rejected instantly. You just can't rely on it. And this actually brings up maybe the most crucial point: consumer transparency, specifically around usage and regulations.
what do you mean?
The marketing, it often shows these sweeping shots, flying over crowded parks, through cityscapes, scenarios that a beginner might not realize are heavily restricted or even illegal in a lot of places.
So they're selling an idea that could get the user into trouble.
Precisely. It's not that the drone itself is illegal, but the way they promote using it can easily lead a beginner to violate local rules, like those from the FAA, about flying over people. They're selling the capability without addressing any of the responsibility.
So when you boil it all down, the NAFYRE N11 Pro is basically what we'd call a toy-level drone.
That's a good way to put it.
It flies, sure, but it's over-promising on all these premium features. The buyer is paying for the idea of having a serious drone, not the actual premium experience.
And I think when you're looking at tech like this, it's just so essential to distinguish between a product that's merely functional,
It gets off the ground.
right, and one that reliably delivers the performance that its marketing suggests. They're two very different things.
So here's the final thought for you to take away from this. When you're looking at a budget version of a complex piece of tech, how do you decide what compromises are okay? Is it better to have a long list of advertised features that sort of work? Or is it better to prioritize the proven quality of just one or two core functions? Keep questioning the hype, and we'll see you on the next deep dive.